So a common pattern when building mobile applications is to implement a pull to refresh behavior on list controls. So for example, you can see here we have a list control, and it would be nice to be able to pull down on this list, and when we release it, to make an AJAX callback to refresh the list. So you can see here we're looking at the list in the Chrome debugger here, so we can see that when we pull down right now there's no AJAX callback taking place. So let's go back to the UX Builder now and implement a pull to refresh behavior. So we'll go back to the UX Builder and we'll open up the list control over here, and then in the list control there's a property now called has pull to refresh behavior. Let's go ahead and turn that on, and then let's configure the behavior right now. So we can specify the size of the icon that's going to be shown when we start pulling down on the list, and the color of the icon in its initial state, and when we pull past the threshold to trigger a refresh. So we're going to set the threshold color to be green, and then we can have our actual refresh event. So in this case we're going to just simply call the list refresh, the refresh list data method, and pass in the ID of the current list control, of this list control. So now that we've turned this on, let's go ahead now and save this, and then run our component again. So we'll go there and do a fast preview, go back to Chrome over here and refresh the component. And so now when we pull down, you can see that as we start pulling down, there's an icon there that indicates that we're pulling down on the list, and when we pull past the threshold value, the icon goes green to indicate that if we were to release now, there would be an AJAX callback. So if I move up a little bit and release now, you'll see there's no AJAX callback, but when I pull down past the threshold value and release, there's the AJAX callback to refresh the list. So let's go to the actual list data right now and change this Maria Anders. Let's move her from Berlin to Bonn, and then go back to our component here and pull to refresh, and you can see now we say Bonn over there. So we implemented this pull to refresh behavior by just simply setting a property in the list control, but the actual mechanics of how the pull to refresh behavior were implemented were largely hidden from us. So we can go back to the list control here, go back to our list properties now, bring up the builder now, and this time I'm going to say convert to low-level properties. So when I do that, what's going to happen is the pull to refresh behavior now is set off, but you can see that now the header HTML is shown, and the actual header HTML that we're using to implement the pull to refresh behavior is now visible to us. In addition, the header style has been set over there to position relative, and also in the pull past end settings and events, we can see the actual code that's being implemented in the on pull and on pull release. So this is where our refresh logic went, and this is where we would have put code to cancel the event. So if you switch to low-level mode, you get complete control over the behavior, but for most use cases, just simply sticking to the built-in behavior that you get by just turning on pull to refresh is going to meet most people's needs. So implementing this pull to refresh pattern, which as I mentioned is common in mobile applications, is extremely easy now in the UX component, in the UX Builder. Thanks very much for watching.